So in the Division 2, we have something quite fun to do. First thing I need to do before we jump into it is get rid of all the stuff that I'm not using. I don't care about god rolls or anything like that anymore. I don't use this stuff anyway. It all just sits in, just building up for whatever reason. I don't need all of these. So I'm going to unmark all of these and get rid of them all. So when I say get rid of them all, I'm going to drop them into my expertise and then just deconstruct the ones that can't make any progress for me. So if we quickly go in here, donate all the junk, and then if I go back into my inventory, and I'm pretty sure there will still be a couple of things. I say a couple, there's over an entire page worth of stuff. But now my inventory is at 52 out of 150. And just quickly, before we do jump into this one, if you are looking for cheap games, there is a link in the description for CD keys. They're fast, they're reliable, fantastic games on offer. And if you use the link in the description, you will also be directly supporting the channel at the same time. Also, if you enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated. And if we now go over to the, you'll see there's a lot of people here. You come over to the countdown vendor, essentially, and you go in here, and you've got the, is it requisition? 75, 75, you go down, and for an exotic cash is 224. But Massive, being typical developers that don't care about their game, if we have a look at this stage left, it's named, the stats are quite good, and you'll see on the right hand side there is a cross. So this is entirely free. So what you can do is you can just keep buying and buying and buying and buying, and it's not taking any of our requisition credits. You'll see I've got 48, so I don't have enough to buy anything. But Massive, being as incompetent as they are, they made this item free. And you can just take as many as you want. So if we come out of here now, you'll see how many stage lefts I've picked up. Go into our inventory and look at all of these weapons. There are so many of them. And the best thing is, because you can make progress on your expertise, if I go and donate all of these, we quickly go to the table, donate all the junk, and I'm now level 2. So proficient with, if we find the weapon, so I'm now proficient with stage left. So now what I've got to do, instead of donating it, because I can't do that anymore, you don't want to sell these because the credits are terrible. What you want to do is, with the ones that you still have, I don't know, I do have a few left. What you want to do is you want to dismantle them, because when you deconstruct your junk, you are going to get 276 receiver components. So you're not going to get that many. It depends how many stage lefts that you've got. But you're going to get steel, polycarb, rifle alloys, and receiver components. So if I do that again, I've got, what is it? I've got 98 space. So if I just sit here spamming A over and over again, then after a while, you'll see that I've got a lot of these stage left weapons. So I'm just going to mark them all as junk. And then when we get to the bottom of the list, if I deconstruct all of them, and we have a look, I got 1,334 receiver components, polycarb, steel, and rifle alloys. Then if we go back over to the expertise bench, and we have a look, if we go in, for an example, to, we're going to the 1886, and you press your left trigger, it goes to your donation materials. Then the receiver components, you're only allowed to hold 9999, but you'll see it costs 400 to put a little bit of progress into the proficiency rank for weapons. You can also use polycarb and steel, and there's only 200 of each of those. So if I start, here we go, if I start putting all of my receiver components in, I'm proficiency rank 1, 2, so it's going to take a while. I've only got 393 receiver components now. So it'll take a little while, but you can farm this over and over again. I don't know how they've managed to mess something like this up, but you can just buy these over, well, I say buy them, you can just take them over and over and over again. And if we quickly have a look at how much you actually get in terms of credits when you sell them, I really don't think it's worth it, because I've been speaking to Pete. Pete messaged and he's like, oh no, they've messed up again. You can just get this weapon over and over again, and that's how I found out about it. So we'll have a look at how much you can actually sell these for. But one thing to bear in mind with this is you're doing this at your own risk. There is obviously the chance that Massive can just roll everyone back. They can do whatever they fancy doing. They've done it all before. So just be careful if you are going to do this, because Massive could decide to screw everyone over. But if you go into buy and sell, you're getting 500 each one. So if I sell all of my junk, I go from 2549,625. I'm getting 12,200 credits. So if you want some credits, you can obviously sell them. But if you're looking for the expertise, I highly recommend just deconstructing all of them. You're going to be proficient really fast, and you're just going to get so many receiver components. I'll do it until I fill up my inventory, which is another 74. So I'm going to be sat here for a while, but after I've done this, I'll show you how many receiver components it's going to give me. It's probably going to max out at 9999, but we'll have a look when my inventory's full. So I've now got 104 weapons. If I go and mark all of these as junk, so now when I deconstruct all of the junk, we are going to get not even a warning sign, and we get 2,783 receiver components, 240 steel, so I can donate some steel, 98 rifle alloys, and 130 polycarb. So I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to put some receiver components into my expertise table for the 1886. It's going to be really good for weapons and pieces of gear that you never plan on using. But again, as I said, you're doing it at your own risk. Massive could come out with bans and everything. It's whatever they want to do. So I've just marked up another bunch of guns, and we'll deconstruct them. 2,806 that time. 190 steel and 90 polycarb. So it's not even consistent materials for the amount of weapons that I'm doing, and it's the same amount of weapons. So expertise, we go into here and we go to the donation materials, and we just spam all of these into there. And I'm also now level 3 for the 1886. So from absolutely nothing, it's going to take a long time, but from absolutely nothing, I'm gaining proficiency. I'm working on the expertise levels, and it's just it's going to get really, really boring. But I'm just sitting here in this countdown vendor, just spamming A, and it's right outside the doors of Boo. So I think I'm going to do it one more time for now, and I want to see how inconsistent the numbers are, because it was like 2,700 and something components, then it was 2,800, a little over. So I want to see how many I get this time. And then we are going to wrap the video up. I don't think they're going to do an emergency patch to get rid of this. I don't know why, but I just feel as though this is going to last at least until the Tuesday maintenance, which has only just happened. So there's almost a full week to do this. Well, that's my guess. Don't take that as a guarantee. They could just come out on Thursday and be like, oh, okay, we're getting rid of this. We're rolling everyone back for 2 weeks. We're banning everyone for a week. As I said, it's entirely up to them what they do. But it just goes to show how much they don't care about this game for them to mess up with something like this. Why have they touched this vendor? This hasn't always been free. Then this time round we get 2760, 340 steel, 120 polycarb, and 98 rifle alloys. Then we come back over to the expertise table, and we will go back into the 1886, and we will put those in at least until I'm now proficiency rank 4 with this weapon that I never ever plan to use. So you can do this an unlimited amount of times. I don't know how they've messed up with something like this, but they have. But that was it's an unlimited receiver component farm. I say farm, you've got to sit there just pressing A or whatever button it is on your platform over and over and over again. Grab all of the stage left guns, deconstruct them all, get the components, put them into your bench, and you're getting levels. And it doesn't take too long, although over time doing more and more stuff is going to get time consuming, it's going to become tedious. But it's another mess up that us players can take advantage of to boost up our expertise, which is a grind in itself anyway. And check out this video if you want to see other Division 2 content on the channel. That's going to do it for this one. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.